Hello everyone, hi, this is Letitia McCree with the YMCA of Metropolitan Detroit. Right now I am at the Downriver Family YMCA in Southgate. Today we are celebrating 80 years of serving this community at the Downriver Family YMCA. And shortly you will see a short program celebrating this historic occasion. In the meantime, we're going to just take a quick look around at the people who have joined us today to celebrate this occasion.
How are you? And that's her passion.
Now, one of the things that's really cool, not just this little light buffet, but I want you to see the cakes that are made. There are 3 different cakes that show the history of the Southgate one. This was the initial YMCA, and the second YMCA, and then this is the current YMCA that we know today. So we're getting ready to go up front to see, hey, how are you? Jeff McIntyre, who is the executive director,
80th anniversary celebration. So thank you all for coming. My name is Jeff McIntyre. I get the honor and the privilege of being the executive director here at the Downriver Y. So again, thank you for coming. Appreciate that. Before we start, some simple housekeeping items. Masks are not required if you are vaccinated. So we are trying to practice social distancing as much as possible, but this is the first gathering of this sort for the Downriver Y since COVID-19. So we're very proud of that and happy to have you back in the building. If anybody does require a mask or feels more comfortable with a mask, we have some complimentary masks up front if that's something you'd like. So we're honored to be joined by a lot of different groups of people here today. We can't do this alone, as you all know. Downriver Y, it takes a village, and we've got a lot of people represented here today, so I want to do my best to acknowledge everybody in groups, so bear with me here. If you're a current or former staff person, could you please stand and raise your hand? Okay, this is the big one. Current and former board members. All former and current board members, if you could please stand and be recognized. We also have members of our senior leadership team from our Detroit office. If you guys could stand and raise your hands and be honored as well. We do also have representation from Congresswoman Dingell's office. So Brian, if you could stand. We also have leadership from the City of Southgate. So City of Southgate, where are you? Yay! Thank you all so much, and if I did miss anybody, I do apologize. Thank you all so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. So we've had a long history here at the Downriver YMCA, spanning 80 years with multiple facilities, all while serving thousands and thousands of kids, adults, families, and seniors. To learn more about our history, I'd like to introduce the current board chair of the Downriver Family YMCA, Miss Denise Wayne.
Yay, Denise.
But before Denise gets a chance to tell you about the history of the Downriver Y, this is Denise's final event as the board chair of the Downriver Family YMCA. She's done a fantastic job. I could not have asked for a better board chair to help lead us through some very, very difficult times. And so we want to recognize Denise in front of everybody today. Since our board meetings are still virtual and we're still being as safe as possible, we wanted to present Denise with a plaque thanking her for her service as the board chair. So, Denise.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Thank you, Jeff, and what a surprise. What a nice surprise. This is awesome, isn't it? I love this energy. We're all feeding off of Maria's energy, I think. This is great. So I want to echo Jeff and thank everybody for attending today for this great celebration that we're having. And I am honored that I have been a part of the board for the YMCA, and I feel privileged to have been, I guess I say that now, the board chair. And I'm looking forward to many, many more years of great things with the Y. Helene and the whole YMCA family has done an outstanding job, in my opinion, given the pandemic that we've gone through, above and beyond. So can we give a round of applause to Helene, please? So Jeff mentioned I'm going to give you a little history lesson today. So many of you may know this information already. The Downriver YMCA was established by W.F. Newell in Wyandotte on January 7th, 1941. The Downriver YMCA headquarters at that time only consisted of offices and committee rooms in a house on Biddle Avenue. And I remember that. YMCA work expanded rapidly, and a permanent location was identified in 1943 when the YMCA purchased property at the corner of Biddle and Chestnut and Wyandotte, right there by 4th Street, right? In 1959, the YMCA and the YWCA together constructed a new YMYWCA building on 4th Street at Eureka, and that cost was $850,000. In 1968, in addition to the building, added 2 pools, the YMCA retained full control of the facility in 1998. So here we are, we're in this building now. In 2002, the YMCA in the city of Southgate conceived a new facility, and it was called the Southgate Fun and Fitness Center, to expand services to the Downriver community. This current facility was constructed through the foresight of the citizens of Southgate, opened to the public in May of 2003, and today remains the home of the Downriver family, YMCA family. So this new facility, if you don't know, has tripled the amount of kids, families, and seniors being served by the YMCA. So again, what a great organization. So I'm proud to be a part of it, and I'm happy to see everybody here celebrating today. So at this time, I am going to turn the mic over to Helene Weir, our CEO of the Metropolitan Detroit. And
well, thank you, Denise, and thanks for your exceptional leadership here. I know that she's been a great partner to our staff team, and there's no escape, so although you may not be the board chair, we're going to keep you engaged, and we appreciate all that you've done.
Thank you.
And thanks to all of you who've been part of the great history of this YMCA. To be serving the community in the Downriver communities for 80 years is amazing. That's absolutely fabulous. And I know so many of you were involved over the years in all of the locations. It's just a great honor for our YMCA to be here and to be part of your community. And on behalf of our association board of directors and all of our association staff, thank you to the community for being such a great place to have a YMCA. And I do bring greetings on behalf of our association board of directors. Some of you may know David Allen, who's the chair of our board. His son is graduating from high school right now, and so he got a pass. And so our vice chair, Mary Corrado, was going to say a few words. And so she was getting her first COVID shot, or second COVID shot yesterday. And she goes, I'll be fine. But she was just a little bit queasy today. And we know it's a great thing that she got her second shot. So I'm like, don't worry, it's okay. But she sends her regrets that she could not join us. You know, it has been a challenge during the pandemic. It's so great that we're coming out of it. It's so exciting to see people here coming and going, coming to programs, activities starting. It was a challenging time for everyone in the pandemic, for the YMCA, for every organization, for people, for families. And I'm hopeful that all of you and your families have come through this safely. It's been a really tough time. But it certainly feels like we're coming to the end of the worst part of all of this, something unimaginable that we couldn't have dreamed would happen in our lifetime. And it sure feels great to be here back in a Y with people and activity, and that's what the YMCA is all about. Some of you may be aware that we do many things besides health and wellness. We do high school completion programs, we do a food program. A lot of food was delivered in the Downriver community by the Y during the pandemic. Virtual activities, a great deal of things, Y Arts. There are many things that happen. But if anything, the pandemic has shown us how important our health is. And there's no better place than the YMCA to keep yourselves healthy. Please encourage your friends and family to come in, because not only is it our physical health, but our emotional health with the social connections. You know, I've missed seeing people, and it's so great now to have people around again and to be able to connect. And that's one thing we're so proud of at the YMCA, is that you can have people that you might see nowhere else. They're here interacting at the Y, different backgrounds, different faith, different ethnicity, coming together at the YMCA to do something good for themselves, and in turn doing something great for the community. I really want to thank all of you who've given financially to support the YMCA throughout the years. It's okay, we love children. Let's throw a few more things around. It's great. It's the Y, that's what we do here. I know so many of you have donated cash to this Y, your own hard-earned resources, and you've supported children to come to programs at the Y who couldn't afford it. They've been able to come, do activities, learn to swim, be safe around water. And in the history of this Y, just since it opened in this building, you and the community have raised over $1 million to send kids to camp. That's amazing. I'm sure if you haven't heard from Jeff or one of the board members, coincidentally, it is campaign time again. So our Make Every Day Better campaign is happening now, and I'm sure Jeff would love nothing better, he and Denise, to tell you more about that if they haven't found you already. I really want to thank the city of Southgate. Mayor Kusma is here. He's such a great supporter, and City Manager Dustin Len. Both are here as members working out, but the municipal partnership that we have is really a unique partnership. You were ahead of the curve in YMCA's developing municipal partnerships across the country. So to see the city come together to want to provide a great resource for the community and for the residents and all the surrounding communities, and to work together with the Y and to be so supportive of the work the Y does. We're in this together, so thank you. I have to tell you a little Mayor Kusma story. So we do a program called Fresh Baskets at Thanksgiving, where we gather up food and cash to put together Thanksgiving food for a whole week for families that we know are attached to our Y branches, including this one, families that need some support to have a real Thanksgiving meal. So I knew that he had been in business up at Eastern Market, so I called him one day and said, can you give us something? He gave us more potatoes than I've ever seen in my lifetime. The people that we gave this food to, and a lot of it, a whole van full of food came back to Downriver, to this area, and was distributed to families connected to this Y. And we packed up all that stuff, and all those big bags of potatoes. It was a wonderful donation, so thank you, I appreciate that, and all of those families appreciate that, and we'll be calling, for this year again, don't worry. But with that, I just want to say thank you. It is a partnership, the Y, the relationships we make at the Y, friends, family, participants, people you may only see at the Y, with the city, with the community, with neighbors. That's what the Y is about. It's a center of community, and this is your wonderful center of community. It's a beautiful building. Jeff and his team, all of our staff have worked so hard, and it was tough for them during the pandemic. We furloughed a lot of staff, but finally we've got most of them back, and we're just excited to be here. And so I just want to say thank you on behalf of our Y. We're really proud of this Y, and we're really proud to be in the Downriver communities, and thank you, Southgate. Thanks.
And at this time, we want to turn the mic over to Brian McMurrin, a representative from Congressman Dingell's office. Welcome, Brian.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having us. Congresswoman Dingell originally was going to be here, but some of you may have heard that she had to have a surgery. She's doing well. She's taking her time to heal up. She's still working hard. She did a congressional record statement in honor of the YMCA's 80 years. So she says this on the floor of the House, and it can forever be found in the Library of Congress. So Generally, I think the best way is just to read her words here. So I'll start there. Madam Speaker, I rise today to celebrate the anniversary of the Downriver Family YMCA located in Southgate, Michigan. Their 80 years of service to our community and its families is worthy of commendation. In Metro Detroit, the YMCA has been serving families for over 168 years. The YMCA is an organization of men, women, and children with a shared commitment to nurturing the potential of kids, promoting healthy living, and fostering a sense of social responsibility. With simple beginnings as an organization established in 1941 by W.F. Newell at a house on Middle Avenue in Wyandotte, Michigan, the Downriver Family YMCA has grown to be an exceptional center of wellness, community, and education. In 1943, the YMCA outgrew their small house and moved to a property at Chestnut and Biddle. This new Downriver YMCA represented the first family YMCA branch, including boys and girls, as well as men and women. 16 years later, they made the big move to their new home in Southgate at 4th Street in Eureka, partnering with the YWCA. Together, they built 2 new pools and improved their offerings constantly to continue to serve the bustling area of Downriver. On May 11, 2003, to meet the growing needs of the community, the YMCA in the city of Southgate held the grand opening for their brand new building, the Southgate Fun and Fitness Center. Serving over 15,000 members, the Downriver Family YMCA is the largest branch in Metro Detroit. This organization has supported generations of Downriver families from childhood well into their senior years, providing after-school programs, summer camps, food drives, active living classes, and activities for seniors. The Downriver Family YMCA's commitment to the promotion of health and wellness has impacted the lives of thousands of Michiganders of all ages as they enter their 8th decade of service to the people of Downriver. Madam Speaker, I ask my colleagues to join me in celebrating the Downriver Family YMCA's 80 years of service to our community. Downriver Family YMCA has been a constant in the lives of the Downriver area's children and families for decades. I extend my gratitude to the entire Downriver Family YMCA team and wish them continued success in service and healthy living for years to come. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't really know how to follow that. I'll do my best. So I have a lot of notes here, and a lot of times, you look at the notes, but you want to speak from the heart a little bit. So this next person I want to introduce was very instrumental in moving from the Wyandotte facility to the Southgate facility, and selfishly, personally, was a big part of my career here at the YMCA, and one of the reasons I am here today and proud to lead this organization from this branch. So I'd like to introduce former executive director, former VP, former mentor, former everything, Ms. Doreen Durandetto.
Thank you, Jeff. It certainly is fun to be back, and I feel like I never left, so watch out, Jeff. But Jeff asked me just to say a few words. I'm just absolutely thrilled because I've had a wonderful long career with the YMCA that lasted almost 40 years. And the YMCA is very near and dear to my heart, but nothing is more near and dear to my heart than this facility and the experience I have had as the executive director here. But I began as executive director in 1997, and at that time, the building was located in Wyandotte. We had a very mature building, and it served the community very well. It had some limitations. It wasn't handicap accessible. It wasn't air conditioned. We fought for space, and we really had to retrofit that building for our YMCA programs. Well, in the early 2000s, At that time, the mayor of Southgate was Sue Hall. She had this vision. She was a wonderful visionary, and she had this vision of building a community center. And she also knew that she wanted to have a managing partner through this endeavor. So she talked to the YMCA, our corporate office, and that was the start of a wonderful, strong relationship with the YMCA and the city of Southgate. Then in 2003, her vision became a reality. And we opened this beautiful YMCA, and it became the home of, we opened up this beautiful facility, which is called the Southgate Fun and Fitness Center, the new home of the Downriver YMCA. And we never looked back. We continue to grow and expand our services, our programming, to triple the membership which we had in Wyandotte. It was her vision that she wanted to really serve the entire Downriver community. But through those years, staff changed, mayors changed, but what didn't change was a positive working relationship we've always kept with the city of Southgate. And our current mayor, Mayor Joseph Cuspis, is no exception to that. Mayor Cuspis became mayor from his hometown, the city of Southgate, in 2009. He has always been very, very involved in the community, and he promotes partnerships and shared services. And since Mayor Cuspis has been mayor here, we in the YMCA in the city of Southgate really strengthened our programs. Through the wonderful idea of Dustin Lent right back there, he came to me and said, Doreen, I got this idea. We run some small youth sports programs. You run some small youth sports programs. Why don't we combine them together? It's just like, what a wonderful idea that is. So we did, and it has been nothing but a very positive relationship, partnership, and services to our children. We have one sports league serving the whole, open up to everybody in the community. And that is just an example of what Mayor Cuspis has brought to us, Dustin has brought to us as well. Since then, also Mayor Cuspis leads by example. I want to tell you a story. We run a youth triathlon. We invited Mayor Cuspis to come and talk to the kids, give them that word of encouragement. He comes on his bicycle to talk to those kids, congratulate them on their journey in a healthy lifestyle and the importance of staying active in physical activity. Mayor Cuspis is also the one that always has a listening ear and a helping hand and listens to our suggestions about what we can do to this building to make enhancements that will further serve the community, our Downriver community. So it's been a real pleasure working with Mayor Cuspis, all the mayors. But now it is my wonderful honor and pleasure to introduce our mayor to you, Mayor Cuspis, who has a few words. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much for that introduction. And it was a wonderful working relationship, and continues to be a wonderful working relationship. Well, good evening, everyone. And the only comment I would make on the prior speakers is that, Denise, there's no way you remember that first house.
I do. Only because
1941. Yeah, I don't remember. There's no way you remember that house. Maybe years after, but okay. All right. Well, what a wonderful evening in the great city of Southgate. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone for being here this evening to celebrate the long and important history of the YMCA, and in particular, the local Downriver location, now located here in the city of Southgate. For the past 80 years, the residents of our Downriver communities have been served by the YMCA organization. What an incredible history and resume. Not many organizations last 8 decades, let alone one that is based on charitable contributions and membership fees. To give that impressive longevity a little historical significance, when the Downriver YMCA was established in 1941, the cost of a new home averaged $6,900. A new automobile would set you back $925. The cost of gasoline, kind of a touchy subject these days, 19 cents a gallon, and a postage stamp was 3 cents. And for those that pay attention to the stock market, in 1941, the Dow stood at 111 points. Through the years, things have certainly changed, but the commitment of the YMCA has remained constant. For generations, the board of directors, managerial team, and staff have always worked to improve the quality of life of the members they serve, adding new programs and evolving to address current needs and societal trends. And the city of Southgate has been along for the ride for the last several decades. During this last decade, however, we did continue to enhance our relationship with our YMCA, sharing resources, adding programming, and continuing a productive dialogue to address common interests and community concerns. In 2014, we combined the efforts to establish United Sports. That's what we was talking about earlier. The benefits of this new collaboration soon became obvious as more and more participation occurred in those programs. In 2019, pre-COVID, our joint soccer league grew to 318 players, and our winter basketball program grew to an impressive 378 participants. Obviously, the COVID-19 pandemic stifled our activities and our growth, but things are certainly turning around, and we hope to grow all of these activities in the years to come. Before I conclude, I would like to acknowledge the exceptional leadership team we have here at the Downriver YMCA, starting with our board of directors under the leadership of Denise Wayne, even though it's temporary now, but obviously that really meant the difference, especially during these difficult times. And continuing with the management team headed up by Jeff McIntyre and his capable staff. And of course, I would be remiss to not mention a longtime family friend and membership director, Maria Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely believe we would not be here today with this celebration without their collective commitment and creativity. But every organization also needs a true leader and visionary. Over the past few years, I have had the privilege to work with such a person. She is the CEO of the YMCA Metro Detroit, Helene Weir. Helene Weir has proven to be the right leader at the right time, a true professional. I am extremely impressed with her insightfulness and resourcefulness. Therefore, I am confident that this team, this leadership team, is going to make sure that the Downriver Family YMCA will have an even brighter future. With 80 years under our belt, it is truly only the beginning of what we can accomplish together for the communities we serve. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those kind words. We really do appreciate that. And following up on something that you mentioned, I absolutely cannot do this alone. I know I'm the one up here speaking on behalf of the Downriver Y, but I truly do want to, once again, if you're a current staff member here at the Downriver Y, raise your hand. Raise your hand for me really quickly. I absolutely cannot say enough about the staff team that we have in place working through COVID, and we're very excited about where we're going. If you're here on a daily basis, the phones are ringing off the hook, people are coming back. This is a place that they want to be. They want to be at the Downriver Family YMCA. And even though he's a former staff member, I see Dan Marsh back there. Wave your hand there, Dan. Everybody knows Dan. And the reason I wanted to point Dan out is because Dan's doing a wonderful job as the executive director at the Birmingham Family YMCA. So keep up the good work, buddy. Okay, let's get back to Downriver now. So recently we made some investments into our facility that we're very proud of and we feel can take us into the future and allow us to serve even more members. So the first of those, once we conclude here in a moment, I'm going to ask everybody to join us over at the entrance of our Child Watch facility as we cut the ribbon on the new Child Watch facility. But in addition to the Child Watch facility, we now have a new cycling studio, which is the first room over here to my left. This will all be available throughout a tour afterwards if some of you would like to take a look at these. And we have a new Group X studio, which is right past this room here, where we can serve even more members. So we can do it safely, and coming out of COVID, that is our #1 priority, is to make sure that we can deliver these programs safely to our members here in the Downriver community. So with that being said, in honor of these new spaces, like I mentioned, we're gonna cut the ribbon there momentarily. I want to give a few plugs and a few shout outs before we do so. The Make Every Day Better campaign. Helene touched on it. Of course I was gonna touch on it. Stephanie, can you raise your hand for me? Stephanie is our campaign chair with the board. So if you have a question about the annual campaign or would love to make a gift, one of our board members who isn't here right now had a phrase, "No gift is too large." So we would certainly invoke that phrase for this statement here. So thank you, Stephanie, for the job you've done this year on our campaign. So we are in the middle of our community campaign. If you feel compelled to give, you can talk to Stephanie, you can talk to any staff person, and we'll make sure we make that happen for you. So what's the fun stuff? What do we got the rest of the evening? So we have cake and refreshments in the back, so feel free to stick around, have some cake and refreshments. One thing we're really, really excited about is over here in the corner by the Child Watch facility, we have a historical kind of history of the Downriver Family YMCA. The old Wyandotte facility, when it was demolished, and I think that was right when this building was kind of opening, they found a cornerstone, which is actually right over here. The 1959 cornerstone was actually a part of the building, and behind the building, there, right behind that cornerstone, there was a time capsule. And inside that time capsule was some wonderful things from the 50s. So I invite you guys to take a look at our history, past, present, and future, as we have that right over there as well. A lot of really neat things that even I never knew. So that's available for you as well. Jody, can you raise your hand? Jody is our Associate Executive Director. She's gonna be available to give you guys building tours. So if you wanna take a building tour, see Jody. She's gonna grab a group together, probably somewhere, I'm assuming maybe by the front desk. And she'll be happy to show you around and show you those new facilities I was talking about. Maria, where are you? Maria, everybody knows Maria Diaz over there in the corner. Maria's gonna be doing a Zumba class at 6 o'clock. If any of you wanna throw your shoes off, jump in the gym and do Zumba with Maria, she's welcome to have you out there. So again, and one thing I wanna mention before we close up and cut the ribbon on the new space is Dr. Selva here to my right is our incoming board chair. So he's provided the sound and everything for us. So he's provided all the sound and everything for us, and he'll be taking over at our board meeting actually next week. So again, thank you, Denise, for everything you've done for us, and we're looking forward to Dr. Selva's leadership as we move forward into 2021 and 2022. So that being said, I'd like to ask Denise, Helene, Mayor Cuspa to join us as we cut the ribbon on our new space, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
So we're getting ready to cut the ribbon. Before we do that, I'm going to take a walk down so we can see some of the artifacts that Jeff references. Let's think about this as like a historical tour of the Downriver Family YMCA. Really cool articles and old documents. Look at this pad of Downriver staff from the 1970s. Old program guides, news articles. All right, they cut the ribbon of the new Child Watch Center at the Downriver Family YMCA. Well, this is Letitia. We are concluding this videotaping. I hope you enjoyed this session. Have a wonderful day.